Today we're going to be taking a look at a product from Beachtek. Beachtek, if you're not familiar with them, is an audio devices company out of Canada. And the bulk of what Beachtek is known for is mixing devices like the one that you have right here. This happens to be their DXA Micro Pro Plus mixer, and if you go ahead and take a look at the lovely blinking LEDs, you'll see it's actually the mixer we're using right now. This is one of their newer models. This is an all-in-one mixer that has a lithium-ion battery in it, charges via micro USB, which is located on the front of the unit. You'll notice we have a single XLR jack on the right-hand side, and on the left we have 4 different 1/8-inch jacks for left, right, and stereo, as well as an output, which you can see that we are running to our Z Camera E1. This is a very well designed mixer. We've used it in several reviews previously, including for the NW700 microphone, which is on the back of this mixer. We've got a couple of different features here. We've got our line out, which I'm actually using to monitor the audio as I'm recording right now. We have high and low gain toggles for the left and right channels. And this mono stereo switch for the output. That's actually fairly important for how I'm using the mixer right now. The NW700 is a mono microphone, and I'm recording on my right XLR channel. There is no left XLR. I don't have a second condenser mic on my left side, so this is mixing that single channel to both the left and the right on my stereo output, which the E1 has no idea if it's getting 1 or 2 audio channels. That saves the time of having to go in and duplicate the audio channel or mix it yourself after the fact. We've got phantom power, another important feature. I'm sure that if you read the NW700 review, you'll notice that it was phantom power. Other microphones that we may or may not use at some point. I have an Audio-Technica cardioid mic here and a Marantz Professional shotgun microphone. All of these require that 48 volt phantom power, which is available through the XLR jack. That is a fairly typical requirement of prosumer and professional level microphones, that they require some form of power. I would like to pause for a moment and comment on the use of a full-size XLR connector on the mixer. That is a double-edged sword. Physically, that's a very large connector, and if they chose to implement left and right channels, they'd either have to put them on the front of the mixer, which would dramatically cut into room for the battery, or they would have to lose all of the 1/8-inch jacks on the left-hand side. However, I'm sure you noticed that that Audio-Technica microphone is smaller than an XLR connector. There is a mini XLR standard that is not quite as popular, and I'm actually not sure if it's ISO certified, but a couple of different companies use this XLR mini connector, and side by side, since I happen to have a mini to full-size cable, there's a dramatic decrease in required space. Beachtek could easily put 2 or even 3 mini XLR connectors on the right hand side here and give you the option for a second or third phantom powered microphone. Now that would come at the expense of battery life, but the option to at least have a left and right channel via XLR would have been appreciated. So, continuing on, we've got this tricolored LED next to the power switch, monitor in, headphone out, and a play record switch for the monitor. You can see the LED's yellow right now. I forgot to charge the mixer, and it was still on when I came home today after 8 hours at work. The battery in this thing lasts a very long time. You'd be very happy with it on a shoot. And if you needed additional runtime, the use of a standard micro USB easily allows this, as well as the Zcam E1 and several other small micro four thirds or similar cameras, to run on 5 volts. Now, you could, in theory, use this with your smartphone as well. On the top, we have a cheese plate with a hot shoe available. I've reviewed a couple of different adapters that would allow you to easily drop an iPhone or the Samsung Galaxy S9 or the HTC 10 directly on top of this and plug in, although you'd need an adapter for the iPhone. I believe they include one now. Overall, I've used this for a couple of reviews, and the audio quality out of it is rather impressive. If there is a failing on the audio quality, I think it belongs to the NW700, which, although an excellent mic, is a very inexpensive mic. There are far more capable microphones available, but they do cost several $100s compared to less than 20. Taking a look at the body of the Micro Pro Plus, we do see that it's designed with flexibility in mind. We have a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom of the unit, and we have a hot shoe mount with an integrated cheese plate on the top. This allows it to be mounted above or below your camera, depending on your preference, as well as including a place to mount additional accessories. I personally have been mounting the Zcam E1 on top of the Micro Pro Plus, as I find that the cabling works out better in that instance. However, in their product literature, you see it mounted on top of what I believe is a Canon SLR. We also have hot shoes on the left and the right. These are intended for use with mounts like the one that shipped with this Marantz, where you can very easily mount a microphone to the side, just like that. I have had a few bumps with that, in that I purchased straight XLR cables. You'll probably want a right angle XLR cable if you want to mount a microphone on the right hand side. These shoes can also be used for mounting video lights or monitors as necessary, depending on your intended application. You also have other accessories like handles that can be used on the hot shoes as well. This cheese plate has both 1/4-20 and 3/8/16 holes and a standard pattern. This is fairly typical for professional and prosumer video gear, allowing you to mount anything and everything you would want to the top of this mixer. From follow focus adapters for lenses to, as I mentioned before, lights, microphones, monitors. It ships with a single hot shoe adapter, which I don't have available at the moment since it's currently holding the E1 above my head, and a pair of these coiled 1/8 inch connectors. Outside of that, a charging cable was included. At its current $229 list price, the Micro Pro Plus is honestly a pretty good deal, considering that it includes a integrated lithium battery. There are other similar mixers, including Beachtek's previous Micro Pro, which run on 9-volt batteries instead. And it has been my experience that 9-volt batteries simply don't last the length of time that you need when you're doing something with a mixer like this. Overall, compromises in mind, I think that Beachtek has made the very best product that they could, given their target design and the cost that the Micro Pro Plus is.